It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com, and I am fucking everything up here. Do you have headphones?
Your chair is rolled over my cord, so I can't even get them up to my head.
Fuck. Hold on.
He's trashed the whole place during those last couple of songs.
I really did. Fuck it. I'm going to play one more song.
Yeah, I got headphones now.
I'm going to play one more song and get this thing untangled. Hold on. Fuck me. All right.
You unorganized fuck. Jesus.
I really am. Let's throw this one here. All right. Fuck this. Here's Life of Agony. Lost at 22. It is your Classic Metal Show. All right, I think we're back together here. It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. It's Life of Agony from the Ugly Release. That is Lost at 22. And Joe, that was something, wasn't it?
Watching you just make a mess of the place? Yeah, it was wonderful.
I had everything working for most of the night, and all of a sudden, everything just fucking crashed on me. I was like, fuck, what did I do? Oh, well, it's the way it works. I am not the technical guy when it comes to this shit.
No, that's really hard to tell, man. You look like you're really good with it.
Right. Well, dude, we've got I know a little bit about you, and the fans don't. And one of the things that I know most about you is that you love and respect our political people.
Oh, I love the government.
You love them because there's no corruption at all in the government.
I am the most anti-government fuck you'll ever meet.
And I love it. I love it. I don't agree with all of it, and that's fine. I don't think I have to, but I do agree with you that they're all pieces of shit.
Every one of them.
There's
to even run for office, you have to be just a degenerate piece of shit.
You do, and coming up this year, we really have zero choices. I know everybody wants to rah Donald Trump.
Fuck him.
He's
just such a piece of shit.
He is, but at least at least with him, you know what you get. Where I don't know where you stand on that. I'll ask. Would you rather have him that, even though he's a piece of shit and says ridiculous shit, would you rather have him or one of these other candidates that's just lying to get a vote?
I think I'd rather have one of the other candidates.
Really?
I just think I'd rather I hate Obama. I hate that fucker
I hate
more
him too.
but I would rather have another Obama term than fucking Trump.
Oh, stop.
Because I think if Trump gets elected, within the end of his first term, there's going to be some kind of, if not a major war, a nuclear war. That's the way I feel. Because the dude, how's that guy going to handle foreign policy, being just such an unhinged fuck like he is?
But you don't think he'll put
all
people
the
around
shit
him?
That he says.
You don't think he'll put people around him?
But he's just too much of an unhinged, just crazy motherfucker to handle any kind of foreign policy.
Dude, it's such a bad choice because. And I agree. He's definitely scary. There's a side of me that I love the fact that he can't be bought, and he's not being bought. I do love that because that's so unique to what we have now. All these other guys are in somebody's fucking pocket.
Yeah, if he actually had some kind of if he wasn't just a piece of shit, it would be great. But
right.
He can't be bought. But the guy's fucking just crazy. He's 10 shades of crazy.
And you don't think Obama is too, but just in a more deceitful way?
I don't think Obama's nearly as just mentally ill as Trump is. No, I don't. Believe me, and I hate Obama too.
Yeah, I can't stand Obama. And his chimp fucking looking wife. Jesus fucking Christ, I hate her. I can't stand. Dude, here's my thought. You see it and I see it. This fucking Michelle Obama constantly banging on the door of racism.
Yeah.
Does she not immediately stir the pot? Is it okay to hate her because she's black, because she portrays the hate because we're white?
I think it's just okay to hate her because she's a piece of shit.
So I guess that's probably the best way to put it. I guess it doesn't have to be a racial thing.
No.
She's just a cunt.
Yeah. Shit comes in all colors.
Yeah. Not really.
Oh, yeah, you ain't never looked at my toilet bowl, man.
And never will.
I've hit all 64 Crayola colors, man. I'm convinced.
Nice. I don't want to know what you're eating, Joe. Jesus Christ. I really don't want to know what you're eating to come through with some of those fucking...
Yeah, my wife's a really good cook.
Those oranges and stuff that comes out of the crayon box. Ugh, I can't imagine. Some kind of ripe tomato.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, here, this story should make you real happy. It's about a politician in Pennsylvania. Councilman-elect seeks pardon, owes thousands in fines.
Fines for what?
A newly elected Pennsylvania city councilman says he should be sworn in because he paid his debt to society for a 1993 felony drug conviction. But he really hasn't. Should a guy that has a felony drug conviction be allowed to be a fucking councilman?
Well, look at that asshole Marion Barry. Remember him?
Yes.
He was videotaped smoking crack in a hotel with a prostitute, lost his office, and then the next election they reelected him.
But should he be allowed to be?
I guess if the people would... I don't know.
Isn't there some way we can stop the stupid from having a vote?
Well, no, and that's what I say to people all the time. People are all excited about Bernie Sanders, and he's the one, and fuck you. No, he's not. How has generations of voting out the bad guy worked out?
Yeah.
There's still a bunch of shitbags. Yeah. We're still more bankrupt than ever, involved in more wars than ever.
Right.
More corruption, more criminal shit going on. So your premise that you're going to vote out the bad guy is just a bunch of bullshit.
Yep.
Because it's just the same fucking cockroach that just climbs right back in the chair with a different name and a different letter in front of his name.
It really is. And the scariest part for me is that I just don't trust any of them. And when you can't trust, you know, people accuse me of being a gun nut, and that's fine because I do have guns, and, you know, I'm certainly willing to use them. But I have guns because I don't trust these fucking people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the only reason I have guns. I don't even have guns for home safety. That's not why I bought guns. You know, call me a fucking kook, call me whatever. I bought guns because I don't trust these fucking people that are running this country.
You can't trust them, dude. I mean, what do the mountains of evidence tell you?
Yeah. And if they come, they're going to have to get me the hard way, because I'm not going to just say, okay, here, put me in your fucking FEMA camp.
Well, I think that's a lot more of a chance of that kind of shit happening if Trump gets in office than anybody else.
Into a FEMA camp?
Just as far as just this country going downhill and more war and economy troubles, I don't think he's going to do it. Dude, the guy's too fucking unhinged to do anything good for this country.
I don't see him getting elected.
He's a fucking
anyway.
mental case.
I honestly don't think. There has to be.
What's going to happen, though? I mean, he's 35, 40% in the poll.
Doesn't
and
matter.
Number 2 is 13.
Doesn't matter. Dude, you know what's going to come out with him? A sex tape. There has to be a sex tape of Donald Trump. There has to be one. Doesn't there?
Don't you think his Duck Dynasty followers would just love that shit, though?
I don't know. You still got... They would have to... The problem is that in order to love that, they would have to back out of their whole Christian values thing. And that's a real weight that I don't even think the Donald can fucking sway.
He's always got that look on his face like he's in the middle of taking a really nasty shit.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm, you know, we're already almost to February. The election's in November. I have no clue what to do. None.
As far as who to vote for?
Yeah.
Don't vote for any of them.
You got to vote for somebody.
Why?
Because I know I don't want Hillary. More than anything, I cannot vote for somebody that has a fucking 100 deaths on her head.
Voting for the lesser of all these evils is the most ridiculous fucking thing ever.
As opposed,
vote for issues and tax,
well, I do vote
against tax issues or whatever that means something to you.
Well, that I do.
But don't vote for any fucking slob running for office.
Yeah.
Why bother?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're all shitbags. It's like
they are all shitbags.
It's like trying to fish out a tasty turd out of the toilet.
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and
so why would you want to support such a thing?
Well, I just hate the fact that we're in one of those states that fucking votes to the left.
Well, I mean, everybody thinks that your vote matters. Your vote doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, it's probably true.
It doesn't. It's just a waste of time.
Right.
It's a ruse to make people think that they're part of the process when they're really not.
Right. No, I agree.
Don't vote for any candidates this year, Chris.
All right.
Start
Joe has spoken, goddammit. No votes.
Do something new. Vote against taxes. Any candidate, fuck them.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, here, I'm not voting for this guy. Corey Sanders, 45, still owes more than $36,000 in fines and restitution, according to court reports. So how did this guy even get the money to run for councilman?
Probably sold more drugs and didn't get caught.
What the fuck, man? The McKeesport councilman-elect has been seeking a pardon from Democratic Governor Tom Wolf to take office after he was prevented from being sworn in with his colleagues Monday. The Democrat pleaded no contest to 2 felony drug counts 23 years ago and was sentenced to 4 years in prison. So it was a long time ago.
Did he do his time?
He did his time.
Okay, now if you do your time and don't pay your fines, don't they put a warrant out for your arrest?
You would think so.
So why doesn't, if this guy's in the public eye running for office, why doesn't somebody come and arrest him?
I don't know. Sanders said he addressed the fines and restitution in his pardon application, but so he was pardoned from the fee? Is that what they're saying here?
In his pardon application. You never said he actually got the pardon.
But referred further comment to his attorney, Rachel Morocco. The Tribune Review reported, blah, blah, blah. She didn't answer calls, blah, blah, blah. The Board of Pardons recommends to the governor whether to grant a pardon and has a backing of about a backlog of about 1,500 cases.
Does it say what kind of drugs he was selling? Because if he's selling weed, I wouldn't really care. But if he was selling heroin, that might be a different story.
It had to be something major. I mean, would you get a 4-year prison sentence for weed?
Oh, it happens all the time.
23 years ago? But 23 years ago.
It happens all the time, man. There's people that do much larger sentences for a couple ounces of weed over people that are fucking rapists and stuff.
Yeah, that's so fucking stupid.
Oh, man. The system at work, man.
So do you think this guy knew that the case backlog was there and that's why he filled his pardon?
I don't know.
What the fuck? What is wrong with the people of whatever this is, McKeesport? How do you vote for this guy?
Yeah, I was going to say, the only people dumber than this guy are the people that would vote for him.
I know. How does this guy get fucking elected? What the hell?
Well, you see all the shit that Trump says. The latest thing he said that he could shoot somebody and not lose votes and all this stuff.
Right.
And, I mean, all the racist things that he said and and people still love him, dude. The culture has turned around where people, like, love the asshole these days. The asshole is like the hero these days.
Right.
20 years ago, the asshole was the asshole. Right. Now being an asshole is like a good thing.
Yeah, well... It's the Kardashian world.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is the Kardashian world.
If you're a worthless piece of shit or you're just an asshole, people revere you.
Yep. No, you're right. They definitely do. It's so bad, man. We're in this upside, and it's like you and I were engaged in a conversation this week with about work and labor unions and all that other thing. And it's the same thing. It's the guy that does the least that wants the most. Yeah. It's the guy that doesn't hold his own that feels like he should be paid.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's the guy salting fries at McDonald's that wants the same amount of pay as an entry-level, accountant or an entry-level, EMT or something like that.
It is. It's ridiculous how that works, dude. And, and it was so funny that you jumped in on that as well, because I take those. You know how I am. I like to get on Facebook and mix it up, and I have fun doing it. And it's always fun when somebody else jumps in and is like, dude, you're fucking crazy. And I don't get much help usually. Most of the most of the people on my Facebook generally are kind of left leaners. Probably more than half.
Well, and I consider myself that way too, but I don't think someone salting fries at McDonald's deserves the same amount of pay as an ambulance driver who's an EMT who is saving people's lives and actually has a trained skill.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this 45-year-old bitch that's salting fries, and that's as far as she's gotten in life because she's lazy and never applied herself, and she just thinks she deserves the same amount of pay. No, you really don't.
Well, I go back to, I always go back to where me and you are in real life. In real life, you, as a photographer, you don't get paid $1. Now, $1 unless you hustle.
Right.
You will not. Scene Magazine, the Plain. Now they do. Now they may call you and say, "Hey, Joe, why don't you go out to the Alan Jackson reunion show and fucking shoot it or whatever." You know, now they'll do that after X number of years of proving yourself. But
I make more money doing portrait shoots than I do for concerts.
Right, and how do you get those things?
Doing senior graduation photos and wedding photos and stuff like that. You've got to hustle like crazy.
You gotta constantly be talking to people, and you got to constantly tell them why you're better than fucking Olin Mills or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, and you gotta back it. And I've got to imagine that even when, you know, and I only know this from the web design world. In the web design world, my biggest competitor is so and so's neighbor, cousin, or friend. You know. I'll quote out a website. I'll say, yeah, you know, this is what you need. You want bip, 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 bip. Okay, it's going to be $1,500. Well, I got a friend, and he said he'll do it for $430.
Yeah.
Well, call your friend.
Yeah.
You want a pro, you want your neighbor.
Well, we really like your pictures. We'd like you able to come out and shoot our show. But,
Right.
you know, the bass player's girlfriend's got that Ashton Kutcher purse camera, and she's going to be there anyway.
Right.
And she's never really taken any pictures before, but we're going to go with her.
Yeah, we're going to go with her because she'll be there. All right, you do that then.
And then you see the set of pictures, and you know
Right.
they just look like Stevie Wonder took them.
Right,
You know?
they're terrible, and but it is the nature of success. You know, I think I said something about success is about hustle and failure is about complaining about it or something to that effect. And it's so true, man. If you don't hustle, you don't succeed.